Hello, everyone. So good to see you. It's wonderful just being here and saying welcome to the advancements that are here at the Santa Barbara headquarters with heart connections in Scotland, Costa Rica, Australia, the UK, Germany, Canada, and many points in the US, and wherever the recordings are shared with dear friends around the globe. We offer live broadcasts 3 times a week. David on Wednesday, Kenya on Friday, and here I am on Sunday, once again. Last Sunday at dinner, Robert said that even though each one of us is so different, we work and support each other as a single entity, and in this harmony, create a larger entity, our gift to the world. This past Friday, after Genya's broadcast, where all of nature was embraced and enhanced and enjoyed, her thought went to, Barbara, what's your title for Sunday? This time, I followed my spirit, and it led me right to the window in the office that we call the confessional, and called out to Robert, who was immediately prepared. I said, what do you hear as the title for Sunday's broadcast? I asked him. Without a moment's hesitation, he said, Dream a little, but stay alive. What picture comes to you? This past Thursday, with much notice, we experienced an amazing day. No electricity and all the gifts that accompanied this event. Prepared hard-boiled eggs for breakfast and a big, beautiful day to enjoy. Our dear friend Tim sent us a beautiful message from Archangel Michael, which began, Great ones, Inside Earth Alliance intel reports that the Great Central Race Special Division Atlantis Command has now been deployed to Earth to assist all starseeds stationed here in their great spiritual evolution. When I finished reading the many pages, Robert threw 2 thumbs up in the air, saying, it is so good to hear the good news from another source. A beautiful start to this momentous day. I need the door open. Thank you. Sorry for that interruption, but it's very warm in here. Thank you. My paints and brushes called to me from the shed, and Robert and I cleared and cleaned the art desk, arranged paints, and gathered several unfinished small canvases to work on with Robert's accompanying praise and an encouragement. This was more than a special day. It was life itself, allowed to have our undivided attention to its wonders. This is Robert's world. Barbara's world of communicating on several different levels and devices was halted, and nothing was lost or missed. An impromptu picnic lunch with David, who had brought his Subway sandwich, as we had a tossed salad along with wonderful conversation. Without fanfare, a living room lamp went on, and we could get back to normal. But I will never forget the peace and the sweetness of this unplanned day of staying alive. I'm going to have to take off my jacket. I'm so warm. Sorry about that. Do you take that? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. And the best part of it is that we're all with friends. Okay. That's a good idea. Thank you. I've had a phenomenal few days of discoveries. And this one is called Surpassing All Limits and was transmitted on November 22nd, 2016. Start in any direction and we will see where it leads. That's my kind of beginning. This is one of the most productive actions that can be used in finding where you are right now. Listening and acting sometimes leaves you standing still because there's no real signal in some parts of your world. This is never the case if you start into something and allow your natural flow to take you to a place where you can hear and see everything. Thinking of a method to use each time you are lost can maintain uncertainty and cause you to go nowhere at all. Stepping into the flow without knowing where it is taking you is not only productive, but rather exciting to say the least. On this occasion, you have led yourself into a conversation that will prove to be much more than you expected, but you still have no idea of what is to come. The level to which you can rise is not determined by anything in the physical world or beyond. It is a determination that arises in the physical nature of each being. It is programmed by each individual and controlled automatically without their conscious input. This level can be stretched somewhat by training the body to accept new experiences, but the limiting function still exists, and the world reflects these limitations. There is, however, a way of surpassing all limits with the help of your majestic being and its influence in the physical world. When we look from a distance, there is no feeling of involvement in the world, and as such, you are looking from the real being that is beyond the limitations of physical interaction. Although you are not able to see that there are no limitations, you can reason that the majestic being we are talking about is not subject to the dreadful damage that a person can inflict with a baseball bat. It therefore follows that the majestic influence in the physical world is totally different and not subject to the action and reaction of normal life. At times in our lives, we seem to be suddenly and mysteriously swept out of the way of danger with no logical explanation of how we evaded serious injury or even deaths. The unlimited qualities of our majestic being are thrust into our lives, and we are not affected by the physical limitations we normally experience in the world. Because this is possible, it can be invited into our lives more often, and eventually become a normal part of our existence. The brilliance of this prospect is such that it can overwhelm the part of you that is normally conscious and in contact with the events around you. You can feel disoriented and on unfamiliar grounds, but you will soon become familiar with the various sensations and find that you are lost without them. Being unlimited in the way we are describing makes your body feel so out of control that it registers this as wrong and demands some action to stop it. When the miracle of unlimited existence actually occurs, there is a total recognition of the truth of its presence, even though the recognized reality of the world attempts to cover it up with some strange and illogical explanation. From a logical point of view, you do not know how this works, but you are completely aware that it does. This opens the way to another adventure into the game of instant transition into other worlds and teleportation in a moment from one position on the earth to another without disturbing the flow of anything around you. All this is possible, and it is well known throughout history that these types of things happen to many people. Talk to the energies and the fields in all dimensions and allow your conscious daydreaming to grow to where you can experience everything outside your normal field. You will then be invited to the unlimited fields beyond time and space that are available to our physical selves as a gift to the world for the pleasure and safety of humanity. What an invitation. One that I feel that we're ready to accept and to enact. And let's see what's coming next. There we go. That's better. Okay. Oh. These have become old friends. I've read them, enjoyed them, read them again, and then a flood of understanding comes through. And as I said to Robert this morning, I said, you know, that day without electricity was part of this broadcast. It ushered in so many wonderful ideas and truths. This is called Honor Without Question. September 3rd, 2016. The major influence in everyone's life has changed and is now at a point where it is obvious to everyone. There is, however, no indication of what that influence is in terms of our general understanding. Now, this is the continuing mystery and elegance of our own being, showing us something that is beyond our normal understanding, but well within the knowing that emanates from us, even when we are not taking any notice. Our own being is coming to the forefront and showing that there is no need to have control through any other action or interaction apart from the magic and miracles which are now becoming prominent in each of our lives. As we pursue our own excellence, it is more and more obvious that simplicity works much better than the complicated devices that we continue to develop. The mystery of our own capabilities can now start to show because we are ready to test the simplicity and watch as complicated events easily sort themselves in front of us with little or no input apart from our awareness. More and more evidence appears around us to prove that we are being looked after and that our personal authority is honored without question. All this can be linked to your position in the universe and your ability to live above the manufactured turmoil of the social world. But there is no need to link anything or to compare the old with the new, because there is no commonality and nothing that can connect one to the other. You have stepped from one reality to another, and only you know what that reality is. Nothing can connect anything, but the fields created in any one reality can enhance the fields in your unique reality and build more capability for you to enhance the fields of others. The veil around you is much thinner, and your ability to interact in other dimensions and realities is growing every day. Dreams and adventures in the awakened state are more and more vivid, with a sense of reality that is sometimes hard to believe. This will continue to grow to where your awareness changes at will to whatever is of interest in any particular moment. A fleeting thought will take on an adventure that seems to be hours long, even though it is actually no more than a blink of an eye in your regular existence. Multiple experiences will occur at the same time, but at frequencies and levels of awareness that never impose one on the other. Each person's life will hold more than can be captured by time as it is known at present, and the structure of time will gradually disappear into the random nature of dimensional shifts that are a natural part of our makeup. The capabilities that are being revealed in children who are sometimes diagnosed and labeled with some socially uncontrollable disease are simply amazing. The continuous flow of high-speed energy and the understanding of complex subjects show that something has disturbed the calm that has been painted over humanity, and the unlimited nature of our being is starting to creep through to the surface. This is only the start of the injection of what we may call unusual. But our society is being forced to change and accommodate all the variations that we as individuals present to the physical plane. The most positive thing is that the deep honor and integrity that comes with the random nature of our new world can now be felt in all our interactions. There is no other way to be. Even if you think you can be different, spirit leads the way. And the trillions of interactions that happen throughout the universe take all the control out of your hands to produce a perfection that is beyond all imagination. These words are so valuable and received so magnificently by you. And by your acceptance and agreement, the transmission goes out. And more individuals will pick it up somehow. Now you know why I'm so excited when I unearth these words to share with you. It's more than hope. It's the truth about you. Let's see what's next. Well, last week I started to share with you this amazing transmission from September 3rd, 2017. And finished with, as we get more confident, we can speak about what we feel, and it will happen. Not because we spoke about it, but because you created the world in which it's about to appear. And now continuing. So as we lift one another, we can start to see the glow, that special glow that comes from that majestic being, which is much, much bigger than the physical body. And the physical body can present itself in a beautiful form because of that majestic being. You add so much capability to your physical that it's hard to believe. You walk on hot coals and you don't burn. You jump in cold water and you don't shiver. You stand as if you're being held up by a balloon because you feel so light. You add magic into that space between your being and the world, and all of a sudden, the world is different. And when I say add magic, you just do it. You don't ask how. You just do it, just like the kids do. You want to change the rules? You can change the rules. In there, you don't have to force anything outside, because as it comes into your field, everything changes. And the effect in the physical world is much easier on everyone and everything. So our tendency to invite disaster is actually almost gone. We can look past all that and see where it belongs. And we find we're almost guided around so many things that the magic is working without us interfering at all. And that's when we get into that program called simplicity. The simpler you make it, the better it works. The more control you have over everything is by simplicity. Complexity is engulfed by simplicity, and it works because it's majestic, and it's magic and miracles, and it doesn't follow physical laws. It follows laws that it makes up as it goes, just like the kids playing a game. And your capability is unlimited because of that. The fact that nothing is logical, but everything is possible, makes it so easy to perform the things you want to perform in the world. And here comes the friendly fly again, just to disturb us a little and put a smile on our face to say the simplest thing in life can actually break a serious streak in a fraction of a second. So everything in the world has a purpose, even though it doesn't follow any rules. And sometimes it's totally against our expectation, and we might say to ourselves, how did I arrange that? But sure enough, it's your judgment of what it is that's out of tune, not exactly what you are seeing. You see an annoyance instead of a change of direction. So we're now into the real easy stuff where we just live. And we transmit excitement and brilliance into this majestic world that performs unbelievable feats for us. And it is not like anything you've ever seen before because it's different every day, at every moment. But because it's so different every moment, there are no fixed rules. So what comes to you is new, and it doesn't have any limitations. Therefore, it's like putty in your hands. Remember the kids have silly putty? No wonder they loved it so much. You can change anything in the fraction of seconds it takes for your system to interface with anything that comes to you. It's a little bit difficult for the mind to capture, but it's not difficult for you to capture because you have an intelligence that does not exist in the physical world. It exists in your origin. It exists in all those little stars around you that are projecting all the different features of your being into the hologram that makes up your body. And the hologram that you can't see, but you certainly can touch any part of it, and you can make it physical. You can make it stretch out and touch people. And then what happens? You can lift their energy. You can lift their physical being. You can make people move slower or faster or with ease or difficulty. And you can ask the trees or the land or anything in it to support your field and take the load off your body. So instead of having to sit down and rest, you can be aided to the point where you hardly do anything. This is the fun of the magic that we've got, that we've always had. Wow. Once again, more and more open up for us to feel, to see, to hear, to live. It's wonderful having you here. When I pick up a simian transmission, it feels different. He's here, you know. You feel them? And just this past April, oh my goodness, a year ago yesterday, he said, as you move throughout the world and you move throughout the universe, you will feel everything and everyone jump to attention with a big smile on their face or a sparkle, and everything you deal with will come alive very, very quickly. The clarity that comes from this is almost unbelievable. The world and the universe let you know immediately that you have it right, that your interaction is perfect, that you are heading in the right direction, or that you're about to. There is never a time when the old system of you had it wrong can actually come into action. The development of your own being has surpassed what has been developed to keep you into a fixed pattern in the physical plane. The pattern now is full of sparkles, full of random movement, and full of people who know exactly how to handle that random movement without interfering in your field. Apart from making it clearer, enhancing it, and making you smile a little more. So as you project forward, you will feel our encouragement, and you will feel the flow of the universe as you have projected it into the physical world. That flow is what generates everything for now and for the future. It feeds humanity. It feeds everything you need. It feeds your physicality, and it feeds your spirituality. It's the flow, the pursuit of your spirit that switches on the very source of energy that you bring with you. And as it switches on, it grows, and it grows by itself to pull you forward into your own world with an intensity that's so comfortable that nothing can touch it, and with harmony that has never been felt before. You will feel that flow come in and out just like music. There is intensity, there is gentleness, there is harmony, there is discord, and the enormous amount of movement and change actually generates a power that will drive you forever. The power that comes from that movement totally belongs to you. And you don't have to use it. You have to enjoy it. You have to let it go ahead of you and pave the way without any control and without anything but a great joy in your heart and a comfort in the interaction with everyone and everything. So now we can honestly say, you are in control. And it's a different type of control than you ever expected. Every energy field around you, you can move, and you do move in the most glorious way that is uniquely your design. The swirl of color, of music, of aroma, and of great feeling, feelings of honor, respect, safety, freedom, just mingle with your being without you doing anything except enjoying it. We are there at all times, monitoring and ensuring the fact that nothing can interfere. Our ships are active in your field to make sure that the outer perimeter is not disturbed. And what happens within your physical world can then find its way through all the filters that you bring to be enhanced by your presence and made into something that is totally positive in everybody's world. The more we interact this way, the greater your power. And never be mistaken, that power is what you give to the world and what you give to the universe, not the other way around. It's the uniqueness of your being that generates the fields that makes your world a better place. Beautiful. I feel like Christmas morning. What's next? Oh, yes. Last week, I started to read to you this wonderful piece from April last year, and it's called Set Your Level of Approach. And we're picking it up right here. This is the time when your full being can come into your physical reality, to the extent that it will be difficult to get the smile off your face. Every moment is a thrill that cannot be explained, and every event is a major highlight in your life. The brilliance of your being continues to grow, and everything you add to the world is accepted at a value far beyond anything you ever expected. Feedback from the world is not necessary, as it comes to you immediately through the interaction of the fields of other people. However, there will be feedback from the world, and it will take on physical form to enhance your life and bring your gifts to others. If you consider anything, then consider your level of elevation and motivation toward a better life for everyone. Allow reasoning to disappear in the love you have for others, and allow the miracle of elevation to take over any event or situation that would normally pull you down. You can apply the miracle of elevation to anything at any time, and it will take all heaviness from your field and elevate the most impossible feelings to where they are no longer visible in a fraction of a second. Know the power of your magic and miracles, and they will appear. This is a progressive approach, but not necessarily the simplest. See the miracle in all its glory, and the magic will appear to bring it into reality. This is the simplest and easiest way to live. and the surprises will have you bouncing in your seat from daylight to dark. A wonderful, wonderful way to end that. And now I come to a very, very special time when I share what you heard on Wednesday from David. And I have the honor and the joy to read his work to you. Now, there are two wonderful selections here. But before I do that, I have to do my due diligence, don't I? As an ambassador to Swisindo. There is no exciting news, but something even deeper is happening. And that is, as more and more people have become aware of Swisindo and are downloading their M1 vouchers and their debt burden liberation certificates that look like this. Here's the debt burden certificate. You'll find this on swisindo.news website. And for that one, you scroll all the way down. And this one hits you in the face as you open it. And this is the M1 voucher with that square. You put your picture. You do not sign it. You do not put on your Social Security. You put your right thumbprint. Download it and put it in a safe place. And I know that as soon as Honorable Bapak is freed out of jail and given the freedom to enact his plan for the people of the planet, you will see many of the changes. It's happening. Oh, I don't think I mentioned that millions of people are in daily prayer twice a day. That alone happening at the same time all over the globe, Indonesian time, is a good sign. And it's wonderful. And I just found this from last week. That's good advice, too. Okay. Now, which one should I read first? Am I missing one? No. Okay, we'll read this one first. This is called Keep Moving Forward. And it's right in line with what we've just been hearing. It is important to celebrate once again for the movement in your field and the massive step forward taken by all of us because of your dedication. With all this in hand, there is no need to hold back any longer, and the data that is waiting for distribution can now be delivered with ease and ruthless clarity. To begin, we must introduce you to another aspect in the world of magic and miracles. This aspect is one that can be seen each day, but is invisible to our present intellect. The hidden worlds of manipulation. Wow. That's not yours, David, is it? Is it? keep moving forward? I mean, this is powerful, but it's... Well, I think what I'm going to do, and I'm jumping to the last paragraph because I love it. And it says, maintain your flow and the subjects will continue to flow with it. All that you know will be changed as the reality of your open communication comes to the forefront. To this end, we will be available at all times, and there will be many opportunities to detail what is good and what is available to balance what is not so good. Your time is well spent, and there will be that continuous reward of knowing the flow and feeling the rhythm of your delivery. I don't know what happened, but I have a feeling it was supposed to. So there we go. Here it is. And this is wonderful. This is David's. It's undeniably David's, and it's a joy to read and to hear. A childlike sense of wonder. I watch the bees land on the flowers, making their way from bud to bud, feet moving, antenna twitching to the best of the music of spring. A sense of wonder, pink and white flowers, golden brown and yellow bodies scurrying about, doing their job of retrieving nectar. Busy, so busy, buzzing in a world of color and scent that humanity is blessed to enjoy. A spider web forms between two of the blossoms, and the spider is busy doing his part in this amazingly beautiful world that we live in. There's incredible beauty as you look around in every direction. And as you zoom out from the microscopic world of the bees and spiders, you see the majestic mountains and green valleys covered with wildflowers. And you see the magnificent faces of the people that you encounter, each uniquely created so that no two are exactly alike, creating and enhancing that sense of wonder. As you take a moment to look around your world, you will see the incredible beauty that surrounds you at all times, often seeming insignificant until your spirit turns your head to look deeper in a specific direction. And from there, you are led into a world that exists just behind the world that you only see with your physical eyes. And you will hear a world that exists beyond your physical ears and smell a world that exists beyond your physical sense of smell. You will have entered the world of magic and miracles, and your heart will leap with joy in response to the lighthearted feeling that you are experiencing. A child sits in a field of grass and giggles as their hands feel the texture of the grass. That innocent giggle that says they've stumbled onto something new, yet at the same time, something they've known from before. And you see that sense of wonder light up their face? The world that was programmed into a system of rules for the purpose of control gives each person exact directions on how to be, what to do, where to go, and how to get there. The world of magic and miracles is full of detours, beckoning you with a gentle signal to turn here, then turn there, and follow the beauty and magic until you've forgotten where you started. This is how you will release the system's control. And this is how you will release your own control that has been built in the image of the system. Keep that childlike sense of wonder that is your true nature. Take every detour that appears on your daily journey and allow the world of magic and miracles to make you giggle as you touch, feel, see, and hear the beauty that you've never known and that you've always known as you live with that childlike sense of wonder. Thank you, David. Thank you, Simeon. Thank you, Robert. Thank you all for being here. And now it's time to wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you.